Hi, I'm Alex Wright, and I'm over 65 years old, a retired naval officer. I've been married over 35 years, and I'm the proud mother of 2 grown daughters. I didn't realize that I was a multi-passionate person until just recently. My mother said that there's the right way to do something, the wrong way to do something, and my way to do something. And so, as an example of this, when I was, I think, a teenager and taking a summer school class, because I was that nerd that liked to go to school, I took a shop class. And in the shop class, we learned how to use a router. And I found that I really liked using the router. Well, our next project was to split wood and make a rustic bench, or stool actually, and I didn't like the looks of it. So I used the router and I routed the edges on it and made it look what I thought looked really nice. So when we had the summer show where we put out all the things that we had done and they had a show of some sort, you went into the shop class and you saw all these rustic benches, rustic stools that were around the room, and then this one that was routed. One of these things is not like the other. That's kind of the way that I existed back then. So fast forward to going to college. I chose to go to a college where I could change my major without losing a lot of credits. I started off as a computer engineer, and they didn't have that. This was back in the old days. They didn't have a computer engineer course, so I was taking electrical engineering and computer science classes and trying to mesh the two together. Well, one night alone in the computer room, I was working on a project that needed to be finished the next day, and wouldn't you know, the mainframe broke down and I couldn't get my work done. And I realized, sitting in that room, that I didn't really want to spend my life locked away in a room with computers. So that was the end of my computer engineering days, and I switched to the business school, which surprisingly, because I had spent so much time in the engineering school, that training informed my time when I was in the business school, because we had to learn a computer program back then called BASIC, which was so much more simple than the computer programs I had been working with in the engineering school. So I did well in the business school, and then I graduated, I had taken a naval ROTC scholarship, and so I had to be in the Navy, be an officer in the Navy, and found that that ended up being a wonderful choice for a multi-passionate person, because I did many different things. I ran an admin department, I ran a barracks, I dabbled a little bit in managing the Navy exchange operation. I was working with, I think, a lot of the services that I was in charge of. I did drug and alcohol training. I ultimately ran a base, but because I had also done drug and alcohol training when I ran the base, I ran it differently than most other officers ran their bases. I was very involved in the prevention programs, and the Family Service Center was surprised because I knew what it was that they did. And I was able to talk with them, and I sent a lot of the people, instead of when I had them go to court, I sent them to classes so that they could learn how to behave better and hopefully not have to show up again in front of me. And then I retired, and I had to find my way and transition from my military career into many different, I think it was the gig economy then, and so I started doing a number of different jobs, and that has gotten me to where I am today, talking with you. So I hope you will go with me as I learn how to do this and as I learn how to make better videos. That's the plan. And we'll talk about being ambicurious.